Hello beauties, welcome to Joroukas Infusion, where I infuse food and talk. And today I am going to be showing you how I made this classic, decadent, delicious umami chocolate cake. What makes a good chocolate cake? A good chocolate cake needs to have certain characteristics to ensure that it is fully enjoyed by all. It needs to be moist, light and fluffy, and free of dryness. It also needs to be rich in chocolate flavor without being too sweet at the same time. This cake I am about to show you in my kitchen right now has it all. Let's get started. Alright friends, I made this chocolate cake and I drenched it in some rich chocolate ganache. Let me show you how I made my ganache. In this pan on medium heat on fire, I added a quarter cup of brown sugar, a cup of milk, and half a cup of cacao powder. That's all. It's that easy. Some people use butter, but I completely omitted that part. It's not necessary. Now I'm going to let this cook a bit, because when your chocolate is cacao powder is cooked, it brings out that rich dark color that gives it that umami taste. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. When it thickens up, I'm going to lighten it further with the milk, which should give us that nice golden color. Okay, and I made this very light because I want to drench this in the chocolate. I don't want it thick like this. I want us to eat it with the cake. So you're just going to add some milk to break the thickness apart, and we're going to set this aside to cool for later use. Okay, alright, so for our chocolate cake, here are all the ingredients that we will be using, and I will be introducing you to it one by one. So herein went my 1 cup of flour, 1 cup and 3/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and then I used half a tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, so a pinch of it, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and of course a 1/4 teaspoon of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. Feel free to use more sugar, but I just wanted mine to be just right. Then I use 1 cup of cacao powder, and a 1/4, and then we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together, just like this, until everything is well incorporated. Guys, this chocolate cake is classic. It's so easy. You do not need a mixer to mix this. You do not need to even use any other bowl. It's a 1 bowl chocolate cake, and it's so quick and easy and delicious. So I went in with a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and I'm adding 2 eggs. Make sure everything is at room temperature, and we're going to mix all of that. I'm also going to go in with 1 cup of milk, and I use whole milk for this. Feel free to use whatever milk you have available, and if you do not have liquid milk, go ahead, dissolve some dry milk and use in your cakes. Okay, I'm going to drop a list of the ingredients in the description box. Okay, so now we're going to mix all of this together until everything is well incorporated and smooth and beautiful looking. So now I am going to go in with this secret. This is so necessary for chocolate cakes because it brings out that chocolatey cake. I use half a cup of, a 1/4 cup, of hot boiling water. Yes, because I'm using 1 cup of flour for this. So I use half a cup of hot boiling water. Now this is what you want your mixture to look like: light and fluffy and beautiful. Look at that. It looks like some very thick Milo tea. But don't worry, it even looks like our ganache. This will turn out perfectly when baked. Now I go in with a teaspoon of vanilla essence. So we're going to mix all of that together. I've already preheated my oven on 300 degrees Celsius. You can do depending on your oven setting, but I find that this is the setting that works perfectly for my cakes. So now in a pan, I had already greased my pan and then put some parchment paper in between, and we're going to just put all of that umami yummy chocolate cake mix into our pan. So we're going to drop that in the oven, and I baked that for about 40 minutes. This is one of the best chocolate cake recipe you will eat, and it's a chocolate cake that has butter, oil, is one bowl. You do not need a mixer. You can do this for breakfast, you can do this for lunch. It doesn't have too much sugar. Easy moist chocolate cake recipe with oil, chocolate cake recipe with egg, easy chocolate cake recipe for kids, easy chocolate cake recipe for birthday cake. This covers so many things that you could use for your chocolate cake for, and it's so easy to make. Now our cake, I did the toothpick testing, and there's a lot of holes I poked in there. I was so anxious to eat this cake because I made this cake because I and my husband were craving chocolate cake. Look how beautiful it looks, slightly slanted on the other side, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to let that cool on this cooling rack, and we're transferring into this bowl. Now, to use our ganache, try and use a bowl that has a dent in it, not a flat bowl, or you'll have all this yummy ganache pouring down. Okay, in fact, if you have something deeper than mine, use it. Guys, eat this chocolate cake with this simple homemade ganache and you will be in heaven. It's so good. Another tip, you can make incisions on the cake so that the ganache can go into it and infuse into the cake further. I forgot to show you this process, but it's something I do all the time and it makes it more flavorful. Look at our cake. I even forgot to welcome my newbies here. Welcome to my channel. Please consider being a part of the family by hitting on the subscribe button and on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video like this at Joroukas Infusion. New videos drop in every single day. Look at how dark and rich and decadent and beautiful our chocolate cake looks. To my old subscribers, returning viewers, thank you so much for your constant support. See how drenched this cake is in this ganache. Guys, bite one, dip with your ganache and enjoy. This is so good. It was so good. It finished in no time. I love baking, but I try to minimize how often I bake so that I do not go through this. We don't want to get fat, basically. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.